good from your offense?
We played off our defense. You know, when you get stopped and you can play with some flow, it's good for us.
Speaking of your defense, Coach, you held A'ja Wilson to 0 for 3 from the field. What do you need to continue to do to limit her impact?
You know, play.
Far so good on that. Thank you so much, Coach.
Thank you.
Cheryl Reeve, the 16th year with this franchise, and they are out to a blazing start in this game and in this season. Minnesota's 35 any quarter this season.
Boy, how quickly Jess Shepard is getting down the floor. She is beating everyone. Those out move right to the rim.
And what a luxury to bring her in off the bench with Smith in some foul trouble. A'ja missed everything on that drive. Maria Kundakova is in now for Minnesota, a 6'4" Russian player, number 77. Collier starting the quarter on the bench. Defensa Collier. Kundakova with the miss. Minnesota's hit.
Start to play the math game. That puts a lot of pressure on Las Vegas from the three-point line, a place where they have not been consistent this year.
And they are in 8th place in the standings right now. Top 8 make the playoffs.
A lot of holding of the ball by Vegas. They got to move it, pass it, and run out of time there.
Yes, they did. Lloyd with the last-second shot. Heidemann, who's contributed off the bench. And then Lloyd gets in front of Shepard. Just not a good pass. Courtney Williams scores against Air.
Yeah, Las Vegas right now just not executing. And it's costing them. Your margin for error against Minnesota is so small because they score the ball so well. And so you
in for Vegas. Lisa Collier still on the bench for the Lynx. Leonai, that's what she can do. There's their best three-point shooter.
Make a decision of who was going to start with Drew Lloyd coming off the bench. And I like what Nye gives us off the pine, and I like what Minnesota.
89%, 8 of 9 for Minnesota from beyond the arc. One of the few clean looks for A'ja, and that
to break free for that mid-range shot.
13 minutes plus to do it for A'ja, who is second in the league in scoring behind Collier. Nye did a good job to initially disrupt. Shepard, boy, Becky Emmett said it right. We talked to Becky before the game. She said, if I wasn't playing Minnesota, watch them play.
Yeah.
But unfortunately, it looks like the Aces are watching them play.
Yeah, it's beautiful basketball. They're executing pick and roll situations and running in transition. They're spreading the floor.
The Aces defense trying to get him back in. Smith delivers. Defense has been a point of emphasis for Becky Hammond lately, and she's been pleased with the uptick. But it's been a struggle against Minnesota today. McBride can't miss.
Oh, boy. That quick release of Kayla McBride. But it's been the whole team, Pam.
She is 5 for 5 from beyond the arc. Anticipation of Minnesota's defense has been perfect. That was a perfect pass by McBride to Shepard.
And again, Jess Shepard than it was last year.
Shepard again out of the league last year. 52 to 24.
Mason's got to spread the floor. Definitely got to get the ball in A'ja Wilson's hands in time to make a play. Oh my goodness, she made something out of nothing.
Had to get that shot off. But Chelsea
has been impressive from long range in this game.
and K-Mac putting on a show in a place where she used to play. Here's Angel Gray.
Ladies, just Kayla McBride, also known as Kayla McBuckets. I feel like that's how we should refer to her as she started the game off 5 for 5 from 3. But she just mentioned just how this team and her being in the right fit is most important for your overall success. Started this season 0-6. They finished with 19 wins. They only had 5 players that returned on their roster. She said, I felt like we were a team of outcasts. At some point in their career, they just didn't find ways to win where they were. She said, here we're authentic for ourselves. We're finding ways to win for one another. And that connection, we were talking about that Lindsay Whalen and Rebecca Brunson, is a lot of what they're trying to put together now.
Yeah, Angel, I mean, Kayla McBride played for Las Vegas, San Antonio before it was Vegas for many years, and has really blossomed in this.
Yeah, really, it's incredible. Players that bounced around, in some cases were cut, and they have found a home in Minnesota. Courtney Williams with 5 assists already in this game, her 11th straight game with at least 5 assists, which ties Lindsay Whalen's franchise record.
Good anticipation there by Jackie Young, and this is what Vegas needs, transition offense.
Becky Hammond says she's the head of the snake, admits that, of course, Afisa Collier's the best player on this team, but Williams so important, running the point, getting everybody else involved. 13 assists in her last game, pardon me.
It was a reluctant point guard.
Shepard draws a foul with 1 second left on the shot clock. Another timeout.
Los Angeles Sparks team, double overtime. It was a great game, though. Nneka Ogwumike was scoring at will, but big plays by Rakia Jackson. I mean, Dearica Hamby was great. Kelsey Plum, that team is...
So LA trying to get back into that playoff picture. It really is a dogfight to see who will make the playoffs. We know Minnesota will unless something catastrophic happens.
Fun down the stretch to see who can land in that top 8 and make it into the playoffs. And obviously Las Vegas in position to hit that stride, but not a good showing today.
Yeah, that's WNBA playoffs beginning on September 14th. It's 6 points, but boy, she's had to work for every bit of it.
She really has.
Collier, as she's falling down.
I said tonight, man, it's literally 12:51.
Tonight somewhere.
Yeah.
Lloyd, a little bit too strong. Collier waits for some support.
Minnesota's been dominating in fast break points so far in this game.
And hold as Smith. Important like the first few seconds were with every shot clock, and Minnesota has just been in attack mode. McBride, come on now.
I don't know how you're caught behind the screen with the way that
And that was a long range. That would have been a 4-pointer, I think, in the All-Star game. She's 6 for 6 from distance and just got a steal. Feeling it, 7 for 7. Kayla McBride setting a new personal record for most threes in a half-point game. Unbelievable. Young. We got 2 shots on that. Shepard into the lane. Collier, good defense by Wilson. 8 for 8.
what a...
This is almost as perfect a half as you would want to see from any. Kayla McBride with 24 points on her 8th three. Williams sees the shot clock winding down and hits it anyway. Courtney Williams. Minnesota has only missed 1 3 this afternoon out of 14 attempts. Jewel Lloyd gives them at least something positive to take into the dressing room. That was our In the Paint presented by Glacier. if you're painting a picture, that was a masterpiece for Minnesota in the first half. Alana Smith has now missed the only 2 threes that Minnesota has as a team this afternoon.
You thought the Aces were going to get an easy back contesting, and they come out with nothing.
Whistle, and Alana Smith delivers in the paint. Smith limited
First half, 7 rebounds, which was a team high.
Jackie Young picked up the foul. Smith with the mid. That record again, 13 of 14 from 3. Minnesota beat Vegas by 31 points last week. Shot clock again winding down. We've seen this a lot, where Vegas has had to take a last-second shot. Smith,
number 1 in rating, so is their defense.
and that is scary.
The weight off of your shoulders when you've been thinking about playing New York in that final game of the WNBA Finals, losing, and then you beat them at home. And so I think they're playing a little more free after that victory as well, Pam.
Good defense that time by the Aces. That's a shot clock violation. 9 shooting.
Yeah, Collier did have 4 assists, and I bet at least 3 of them were to Kayla McBride for 3s.
Bell hits from the corner. Kirsten Bell making her bench. She was really good offensively coming off the bench. And that's just, again, another example.
Has not been very good. Now, they did some, Matt had some different matchups, pre-switching, and were really switching a lot defensively in the first place, but it's just been a tough go for them against pick and roll.
And that pass a little bit behind Wilson, guarded by Smith. Asia slices in and creates it herself.
And that is what Asia Wilson can do. We heard Carolyn Peck talking about the Las Vegas Aces at halftime and some different schematic things they did with Asia in their last one to get her run the show.
Well, Collier hits the first 3 she has taken in this game. There's the matchup. Collier guarding Wilson. The help coming from Smith. That left the other Smith, Melissa, open, and she was able to drive in and get the basket.
Yeah, high level of difficulty on that shot. Took some contact as well.
McBride finally misses a shot. It hit her first 8 for 3. Chelsea Gray gets it stuck.
And the Aces, once again, not really an opportunity.
So far.
Asia Wilson's got a switch there. Again, high level of difficulty. Rotation defensively was there on the backside.
Collier trying to get it in to Melissa, rebounding. Only Angel Reese is averaging more rebounds per game, and only Nafisa Collier.
Her eyes looked like she went to another place.
Yeah, no one was enjoying it more than Courtney Williams. McBride has missed 2 in a row from distance. Smith working against McBride.
Opportunity, but just getting early offense and taking advantage of mismatches.
It's such a big mountain to climb here for the Aces. Good pass by Young into Smith, but couldn't get it in over her head. And you know Courtney Williams going to want to push it, but she's got Wilson picking her up. Jackie Young. And nobody underneath to get it, but Carlton comes away with it. Some mass substitutions. How about this is so maybe getting these 5 players in to get the starters a little bit of rest, knowing they have to play tomorrow.
Good defense by Nye on Kayla McBride.
Sometimes the bench players could come in and instances like this play a little bit more freely. Jewel Lloyd with 10 points in the first half off the bench. Yes.
I will say that I've been calling for Kayla McBride to not only be in the 3-point shooting contest.
Earlier this year, K-Mac had 8 in the first half, but is 0 for 2 from there
wages on whether or not they think she's going to break the record.
Yes, and the answer is not anytime soon because she's on the bench. Nye. Now Jessica Shepard, who gave Minnesota a great shot in the arm in the first half. And Smith went to the bench with fouls. Oh, Courtney Williams.
Wonderful two-man game. And it's because of how she's not afraid to give the ball up and get it back.
Shepard now with 16 points and 9 rebounds. Had a double-double last week.
In just 14 minutes.
Yes, had a double-double last week in the blowout win against the Aces. Williams directing traffic. Heidemann now in the game. Collier. The Aces with 5 reserves in right now, including Jewel Lloyd. Dana Evans, a little bit too strong. Shepard's got herself another double-double. The back-to-back double-doubles for Shepard.
Last year in their finals run. And Shepard is just tough, strong, and just brings another dimension.
By Minnesota back in 2019, tore her ACL. Missed a couple of seasons, including last year, but boy, this bench
this year, her three-point percentage recently is starting to go up from a player that's really struggled. I mean, that's her shot, but if she can give them what she's been giving them this year consistently, that's another punch up from last season.
Shot clock again. They're not going to get one off. And here's Heidemann on the breakout. Defense to offense, which Cheryl Reeve loves. With the stop. Kia Stokes. Gustafson's second chance at a 3, and she hits it.
Nice board work by Kia Stokes, and shot it at a high percentage. But that's what's different with her game than Alyssa Smith and Kia Stokes, who just doesn't shoot it as often.
No, barely shoots the ball. In fact, next WNBA game is tomorrow afternoon at 3 Eastern. Birthday.
Does that mean today is your birthday?
She's 35 years old today and playing like a kid.
But wait, does that mean today is your birthday?
Birthday with Skylar
I
Diggins.
knew that. As soon as you said that, I was like, it's Pam's birthday. I am such a bad partner. Happy birthday, Pam.
It's all about Skylar.
I got you.
Get to see her tomorrow. There's the 3 for Nye. Started off the Alabama rookie. Yvonne Anderson is in for Minnesota as Collier hits another 3. Anderson.
Ooh, Yvonne Anderson is a tough on-ball defender.
Played her college ball at Texas, was undrafted coming out. Lloyd goes by Smith, runs into Anderson, who's called for the block. Foul.
Ooh, I thought that was pretty good rotation.
Yeah.
Cheryl Reeve is going to look to see if she should challenge.
70% in this game. Lloyd gets in for the bucket.
Game that Jewel Lloyd felt comfortable and was getting to her spots and was making good decisions, but this Minnesota offense has been relentless.
Heidemann hit the second one after missing the first one. There's that 3-point potency of Smith. Took it away from Lloyd. And they're not going to wait for anybody. It's Collier. Nafisa Collier has 14 points in this quarter. Lloyd over Shepard's outstretched hands, the 2 Golden Domers. Now the pink dome of Nafisa Heidemann.
That's good, Pam. The pink dome.
Stretching here. Shot clock is off, and Nafisa Collier's hurt.